It's been a few years since Ji Soo vanished from the entertainment industry completely after a huge school violence scandal, but it looks like he's making efforts to return to the spotlight once more. Yet so far, he's been unsuccessful at it. In March of 2021, one of the biggest scandals of the Korean entertainment industry erupted when famous actor Ji Soo was accused of disgusting misconduct during his school years. At the time, he was starring in the popular drama River When the Moon Rises, with the production still in full swing. On March 2nd, Ji Soo's name was plastered on every single tabloid, dominating the headlines of countless magazines and newspapers. This sudden wave of attention was triggered by an anonymous post made by a netizen, including a detailed expose surrounding his past actions. They recounted a disturbing narrative of how he used to torment his peers during his school years, both male and female. The accuser provided a detailed insight of how the mistreatment went down. They claimed all the suffering started when a classmate identified as B from Ji Soo's friend group stole another student's gift certificate. The original poster explained they confronted B and even threatened to involve the police. According to the alleged victim, this small act of defiance turned their peaceful school life into a complete nightmare. The accuser speculated that Ji Soo's group, most likely wary of police involvement, took a more indirect approach to making their lives miserable. They allegedly manipulated other classmates into tormenting the victim on their behalf. This anonymous netizen further described Ji Soo and his friends as a well-organized group of hooligans who repeatedly targeted the same students. They claimed that Ji Soo's strong physique gave him a significant advantage, and from 2007 onwards, he and his friends dominated the school as delinquents. The original poster heavily emphasized the systematic nature of their awful actions, stating that anyone who even slightly upset a member of the group would face a brutal and humiliating beating. The seriousness of these accusations was undeniable, but things only got worse. The initial accuser revealed that their experience wasn't even the most severe, hinting at several other victims who allegedly suffered even more under Ji Soo's wrath. Eventually, more alleged victims came forward, revealing a wave of similar stories that painted a terrifying picture of the mistreatment that went down during those days. Interestingly enough, the original poster wasn't looking for either an apology or compensation. Their sole demand was for Ji Soo to be permanently reminded of the pain he inflicted upon others. This first testimony triggered a huge domino effect because before you know it, two other netizens stepped forward with stories of physical and verbal torment caused by Ji Soo. Reacting almost immediately, Ji Soo's agency, Key East Entertainment, acknowledged the accusations and promised a thorough investigation. With his agency responding, the public thought the situation would quiet down a bit, but then something unexpected happened. Within hours, tons of new allegations surfaced, ranging from inappropriate physical contact with women to cheating and womanizing accusations. Even more disturbing is that Ji Soo was also accused of filming inappropriate encounters in school bathrooms and stealing lunch money from weaker students. It's an understatement to say the public outrage was huge. Ji Soo's image, which he had carefully curated after years of acting, was completely shattered. Faced with mountains of terrible accusations, he took a step towards accountability when he decided to release a handwritten apology on March 4th of 2021. Through this letter, he expressed remorse for the victims he hurt and acknowledged the inexcusable nature of his past actions, as no amount of success as an actor could erase his youthful mistakes. Eventually, he announced his withdrawal from River Where the Moon Rises to avoid damaging the show's reputation even further. Considering production wasn't done yet, the solution was to let actor Na In-woo step in. Unfortunately, the damages were still huge since the first 6 episodes, including Ji Soo, needed to be refilmed. You can imagine that the financial implications of this were severe, which is why the production company of the drama sued Key East Entertainment for a mind-blowing $3 billion won. The financial repercussions were already bad enough, but the entire controversy served as a fatal blow to Ji Soo's career as well. Public trust in him disappeared completely, leading to him getting dropped by his agency. Explaining the reason behind their choice, they wrote, "We assess that it is currently difficult for Ji Soo to carry out activities, and we respect the actor's personal intention to not cause further harm to the agency, so a mutual final decision was made to terminate his contract." With very limited options to salvage his reputation and declining career, he decided decided it was best to retreat from the public eye completely. What better way to do this than to quietly enlist in the military? Before he went on to fulfill his duties as a soldier, he made sure not to leave any loose ends behind. He hired a team of lawyers and instructed them to investigate all the accusations made against him. The entire situation was a complex web of accusations, unverified stories, and a whole lot of denial. While Ji Soo admitted to making mistakes as a student, he denied that he ever forced his female peers to do inappropriate things with him. In the end, it turned out that these accusations were indeed entirely fabricated, but it was already way too late, since these more serious claims had overshadowed the initial school mistreatment accusations. Ji Soo's legal team spent months debunking any false allegations, which cast doubt on the entire narrative. The public started wondering how true the other accusations were, if some were already proven false. Fearing legal action, the creator of the accusations that Ji Soo did horrible things to women came forward and apologized for lying. Even more shocking is that the investigation revealed that this person never even attended the same school as Ji Soo in the first place. An IP check identified the poster as a soldier serving his mandatory service who had no connection to Ji Soo whatsoever. The soldier, wallowing in guilt, wrote an apology to Ji Soo. He explained his actions stemmed from anxiety related to his enlistment. He revealed his mother was battling cancer back home, which is what caused him to act recklessly. Ji Soo's legal team ended up being very lenient as they took this person's personal struggles into account. Although the truth came out, these fabricated narratives had already spread like a wildfire, altering Ji Soo's public image forever. For the longest time, no one knew anything about Ji Soo's whereabouts. It was assumed he was completing his mandatory military service from October of 2021 and onwards. But considering his agency severed all ties with him, this was never confirmed. He also never updated his social media, making it seem like he disappeared from the face of the earth completely. Years went by and no one heard anything from him, to the point even his most loyal fans moved on. But then, when people expected it the least, he made a return to the public eye in October of 2023. Ji Soo sat down for a much anticipated interview with Sports Chosen, facing all the allegations head on. The interview began with a pretty direct question, one that cut to the heart of a particularly bizarre accusation. He was asked if the stories claiming he relieved himself in class were true. Strongly denying these claims, Ji Soo said, "I have never done that before. Does something like that happen in reality? It's all false." His response very clearly set the tone for the rest of the interview, a strong defense against the accusations that completely tarnished his image. Ji Soo opened up about his school years and explained that adjusting to a middle school far from home was quite challenging for him. In 7th grade, he felt like a total outcast, struggling to find his place in the school's social hierarchy. Witnessing a friend being tormented by a group of students in 8th grade, Ji Soo stepped in, hoping to protect his classmate. Unfortunately, his idea of coming across strong backfired, as he was beaten up by the group shortly after. Things took a surprising turn after this incident though, since the delinquents approached Ji Soo to apologize to him. While he still held a little resentment towards them, he accepted their apologies and decided to build a connection with them. Ji Soo confessed he thought being friends with his former tormentors would make his school life a lot easier, which is why he continued to hang around them. He stated he was close with them but never assisted in harassing other students. In this interview, Ji Soo also shed light on the initial allegations of school violence. He revealed that he met up with A, the individual who first posted accusations online. A believed Ji Soo tried to ostracize them by being close to B, a student involved in the gift certificate incident. Because of Ji Soo's closeness with B, A believed Ji Soo was involved in the incident as well. Through their conversation, the misunderstanding was clarified, as Ji Soo claimed he was never directly involved. Despite his innocence in this particular incident, Ji Soo did end up apologizing to A and any other schoolmates he might have unintentionally hurt by being close to the perpetrator. A also reached out to Sports Chosen, revealing that he and Ji Soo are now in close contact. He apologized for creating such a big mess, but more importantly, he forgave Ji Soo for anything that happened in the past. A said, "We have made up well with each other and now we are cheering for each other. I hope Ji Soo does well again." Explaining his sudden disappearance, Ji Soo said, "My military enlistment notice was already sent, so I could not explain myself properly, and I just joined the military. It has already been 2 years. It's said that he's been meeting with various agencies since the end of 2023, which suggests he's planning to make a comeback. Whether these meetings have been successful is a mystery. He's back on Instagram again and was recently even spotted at a club in Manila. Although he's slowly trying to make his way back, it's safe to say that not a lot of people are excited to see him return to the entertainment industry, especially Korean netizens fans hold a grudge against him for all the chaos he caused back in 2021. Then again, he might get another chance since many of the accusations were proven to be false.